So, apparently, Batman is now a metahuman. Now, for those of you guys who, I don't know, are not reading a lot of comics right now, I'm not reading this specific comic, this comic book that just made this thing, I guess, somewhat official, or it was just an extreme oversight from the editing department at DC. But in the newest issue of Suicide Squad, issue number 22, this is a quote from Amanda Waller, I believe towards the end of the issue. Trial run. You will apprehend two initial metahuman targets, both criminals in their own way, Batman and Killer Frost. And you will put them both behind bars. Batman, a metahuman. Interesting. I think, for me personally, I think that's ridiculous. I think it's a silly idea, and I don't think they should do it. And I think it might have been, perhaps, an incredible oversight. But I think that's probably just not true. I'd like for it to be an oversight. I think what a lot of people like about Batman is that he is human, and that he is so much like that he could be you, or he could be me, or he could be anyone. Making him a metahuman removes that that aspect of him, and he's like one of the only characters in the DC universe that has that, you know, like so many of the characters in the DC universe are like gods, you know, like that's sort of the point of the DC universe. And to have this one guy, this one analog to all of us humans next to Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, The Flash, Martian Manhunter, all these bigger than life individuals is an important thing. So to remove that from like all the fans, I think is a really silly thing to do. And I think, quite frankly, I think a lot of people will be upset about this, right? I don't think a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, Batman's actually got superpowers? That's awesome. I'm so glad that, you know, like he's got like a super brain. He's got like a super bullet. Like none of that came from training. None of that came from extreme study. None of that came from like his actual discipline. But instead just came from like nature. You know, came from something that he didn't on his own bring about. Like that's, I think, to me, one of the coolest things about Batman is that this man was like, yo, my parents just got fucking clapped. I'm really gonna have to show these kids some lessons, you know what I mean? But first, like, holy shit, I'm 10 years old, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I can't go out here doing that shit. And like the next day went out there and started like chopping down trees with his hands and shit, and like going to fucking taekwondo and being like, yo, what's good? I need to learn some tai chi so when like a cat comes at me, like I can fuck him up, you know? And so like I think that's the most interesting part about him, is that from the time he was like 10 until the time he was like 28, when he got back from all of that training, he was fucking disciplined and learning everything he needed to learn. Fucking learning about being a detective, learning fucking forensics, learning everything there was to know, so that when he got there and he was ready to be Batman, he was fucking ready to be Batman. And I think this just removes that entirely, and just removes what's interesting about Batman as a character to me. I don't understand why you would do that, quite honestly. So I don't know. Let me know, as a fan of Batman, if you guys are one, or just like, I don't know, find him as an interesting character. Let me know what you guys think about him being a metahuman. And then like, here's another thing. Why the fuck would you do this in Suicide Squad, right? Why wouldn't you let like a Batman book tell everyone that he's going to be a metahuman? Like, I just think it's such a weird way to do it. And it's such a weird thing to fucking do. Like, after 75, 78, 79 years, something like that, this man's finally just going to be like, well, I'm a metahuman. I don't get that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. If you think Batman should have been a human like he's always been, or if, you know, you're happy about him becoming a metahuman and being completely out of human reach, and sort of becoming, I don't know, just a lot less interesting as a character now, to me. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And you can check out over here on the right, you can check out one of my other videos, you can check out my podcast, you can check out stuff like that. You can subscribe if you're new to the channel, you can do what you want. But if you don't do what I asked you to do, I'm going to hate you. So let's take that into consideration. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you die.